Hello, I'm Terry Dean from MyMarketingCoach.com, and I've been coaching entrepreneurs since about 2000. I've been coaching entrepreneurs one-on-one since about 2006. And I just want to share with you the lessons that I've learned in this time. Lesson number one is you always start off by defining the problem. Since I work with business owners online, that means most of the time we're coming in with a problem that their website isn't converting. They're not making as much money as they wanted. They're working 80-hour weeks or whatever else the problem is. But the first thing we have to do is we have to define and find what the real problem is. For example, if they're not making money, a lot of times they're just frustrated. They're saying this project isn't working. But what we'll do is we'll start going through each step in their process to find where the sticking point is. So in other words, first I'll look to see what kind of traffic are they generating? Where's the traffic coming from? What's the mindset of the traffic they have coming in? Their opt-in pages. Are we getting a good conversion on the opt-in page? Are people opting in to their email list? Are people confirming the opt-in as the next step? Are they buying the first product they sell? What percentage are buying it? What percentage are opening their email messages? And we can go step by step throughout their whole system till we can find the weak points. We have to define the problem that we need to work on. And this applies no matter what issue we're dealing with. If we go over to the issue that they're working 80-hour weeks, then we're going to start defining the problem. What's causing this? Is it that they're being distracted? Is it they're doing a whole lot of things that they shouldn't be doing? Do we need to apply the 80-20 rule and have them cut out a bunch of extra work? Is it that they need to outsource? So see, there's a lot of different steps we need to think about. We need to figure out what the real problem is in the situation. So that's always the step number one. Step number two is that you need to guard your time as a coach. That's really the big aspect I found with it. And what I mean by this is you need to set expectations with clients from day one. Let them know how the coaching program works, when you're available, when you're not available, when you'll answer them, what they can expect from you, when they can expect you to answer, all these different types of settings. How does the coaching program work? Be very specific of how it works, and then you're going to guard your time and you're going to be strict about making sure this is how you're doing the program. The reason is it can quickly consume you if you're spending too much time or you let it slide, we'll just say. So in other words, if you have 45-minute sessions and you let it slide into an hour-long sessions and it starts getting in the way of the next client, or you start answering email when it should be time off and you're not letting yourself be free from the business, you're going to burn yourself out. I've been there before. I've burned myself out. So make sure that you define when it is business time and when it's not. And the next lesson goes along with that. You need to be willing to fire a client. Now, I know this is hard for those who might be starting off in coaching or they're desperate for more money, they're not bringing in enough money, but you really need to have this even from day one, that you're willing to fire a client who isn't going the right direction. And some of the reasons you might fire a client is, first of all, they drain energy from you, which often would be someone who's always complaining, they don't want to take action, perhaps they don't ever respect your time or the positions that you've set. Another reason you might be is they simply aren't doing, they're not getting the results out of it. They're not taking action on what you're talking about. So there's multiple reasons that you might need to fire a client, but you need to have that willingness to fire a client. And I've only had to fire a couple of clients in the whole time that I've been coaching. But anytime that I've fired a client, you always felt such a feeling of relief that you remove them from your coaching business. You remove them from your practice. And that's true whether you're in coaching or any other type of business you're in. There are going to be some clients that need to be fired. What would happen if we took your 10% of your worst clients right now, the ones that drained you, dealing with them, and we moved them from the picture? How much more could you grow in other directions? That's what we've got to think about here. Lesson number four is that coaching really comes back to asking the right questions. Now, in my type of coaching, my clients are asking me questions, and I'm helping them. We're going directions. I am an expert in the subject I deal with. I'm an expert in the conversion. I can help them generate traffic, and we deal with all those types of issues, but coaching really comes back to asking the right questions. As I said, starting off, you're always looking for defining the problem. So what is the problem that needs to be solved? Once you've found the problem, then you might have a whole bunch of questions that you need to dig through until you find the real problem. Then once you found the real problem, it ends up asking yourself, what's the solution? When else have you solved this problem? How can they solve this problem? bringing it back to that, it's always about asking the right questions. Finding the right answers is always about asking the right questions. And then lesson number 5, and this is one of the most important ones, is that you always want to have a system in place for your coaching. Even if you have clients coming in different levels, you're going to think about what's the system to get them from point A to point Z. Now, this is sometimes works really well if you're developing such as a short-term coaching program, such as a 4 to 8 week program that you take a group through. What you can do is you say there's 8 steps in the system. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, and it could be steps to get somewhere, it could be roadblocks that they need to overcome, but what are the steps to reach the end solution? So if you're helping someone lose weight, one of the steps might be cleaning out their cupboards. It might be knowing how to choose the right foods. It might be exercises. You have different steps that you take them through, and you're going to take each client through these steps. If you have clients coming in at different levels of experience, then you might have multiple different systems in your business, but your coaching still comes back to specific systems that you will take them through to help them reach their success. So in my own coaching practice, I also run the Monthly Mentor Club, which is monthly membership newsletters that I'm sending out. And a lot of times the systems that I'll use, well, I will be taking specific issues, specific lessons that I taught in the member club and providing those to clients, and we'll be taking them through those systems. So over the years that I've been online, I've developed multiple different systems, I've written out different systems, and we'll be ending up going through those systems with clients. So that's something to think about back with the coaching practice, is there's always systems, and that's what really makes coaching a much easier process. If you're trying to figure out a new system for every client, a different system for everything that you're doing, you're going to end up getting confused. It's going to be very difficult to do. But when you have systems in place, systems for reaching the desired end results, that's what you're looking for. That's how you're going to help and benefit your clients most. So start thinking about this. If you're doing any type of coaching, how can I go back and create the systems to get people from A to Z? From step 1 to the end result that they're looking for. If you're not coaching and you're thinking about doing any type of coaching, such as for the reason to create a higher ticket product, to have coaching in your business, to have a better results for your clients, all these are going to be part of coaching. Go back and before you set up your coaching program, think about what systems can I put in place. A lot of times when you're starting out with coaching, the easiest thing to do is put together a 4 to 8 week program that you're going to take them through 4 to 8 steps each week, that you're going to have an assignment for them. And you just have the simple system that you're taking all these clients through, and you can do it as a group.